so virtual showings right from your smartphone. Sorry, introduction to virtual showings and staging. I gave you the intro. Again, I'm John Amendola. This is Michael Minerva. Virtual showing straight from your smartphone. That's your smartphone, from your smartphone. I usually do these around 11. I'm not the best in the morning, so I promised Mike I was gonna be extra with it today. Coolest tech ever. Right from your smartphone. The bandwidth is phenomenal. There's no lag. When you guys see this sample later, I'm pretty sure you'll be as mind-blown as I am, and my passion will further resonate with you. What is a virtual showing? Basically, it allows you to show a home virtually to multiple people at once, allowing you to control exactly what they see as well. So they can only see and hear you and what you do. So they don't actually have the ability in this scenario to take over the tour. They have the ability to sit back casually and watch you do the tour. So imagine digital house hunting to the next degree. It is the ultimate open house tool. I'm so excited again for it, and I can't wait to show you guys. And here's some quick reasons why. Great stat, close to 50% of buyers are either somewhat open or all the way open to buying a house virtually. That stat put out by Aurea was before COVID. So I included that because, oh, sorry, Mike Farrick has raised his hand. I don't know what that means. Oh, I think he's just saying hi. Sorry. So Mike, you got my slide deck, right? We're all good? Yeah, I think Michael was just saying hi. Sorry about that. So that stat came out before COVID, meaning where are we today? Well, we all know we have another chat coming up on Friday, and with some demand we have an agent on site to actually talk about it, and this is a top agent in the GTA that would never use this product before, and he is our biggest fan today. So just again, you know, the consumer behavior is changing so much that what you thought was the case isn't the case anymore. Like, think about a tool like DocuSign. Did you guys ever think you'd be signing multi-million-dollar deals through DocuSign? You know, all of a sudden lawyers can see people virtually. So the digitization of your industry in 4 or 5 months, you just got 10 years. So we have to be very mindful about that. And 5 reasons to use virtual showings. There's probably a million, but the main 5, how we feel anyway, is you can obviously show multiple people at the same time. You can provide all the information about the home in one spot. You can navigate through it while other people watch remotely. You can show the homes before they go to them in person, and it's faster and smoother than screen sharing. Saving time, saving time, saving time, saving time, saving time. More time to win more listings. We're not inconveniencing people. What a streamline. Imagine your buyer wants to see 10 houses, but we all know that they probably only really want to see 1 or 2. Well, now we can mitigate a lot of that, you know, Sunday afternoon driving around, and we can just hit that first house Sunday morning. So again, just some really huge incentive outside of the fact that it's just cool tech is, you know, time is the most valuable commodity on the planet. You can't buy it, you can't mine it, you can't find it, you can't make it. So we really have to be mindful of that. The value is exceptional just based on time alone. How it works, it's pretty simple. You're going to get a link to share. They're going to open it. I won't get too into this because Michael's just going to show you, and it's really that easy. 5 easy steps. When you see how fast it all kind of comes together, I think you'll be quite impressed. And then some added benefits. Again, we talk about time. We're big value people, so the more time we save you, the more time you have to reinvest in your business or to go sit on a patio and have a glass of wine and enjoy life. Either way, we're winning. We attract buyers that live farther away. We all know people are trying to relocate. It's compatible with all devices, limitations far and few between. And it's a better and smoother experience than traditional screen sharing, which we're going to show you when we get there. And again, from Design Blends, that's that. Also before COVID, 40% of virtual tours compared to those using images. We've seen an explosion of this in the business community, especially small retail-based daycares, that kind of stuff. Anybody that needs to show a space or where people need to see a space. Everybody just wants that right now. So the Google, to digress for a second, but I think a value add, the Google and Facebook algorithms are also going to change and have been and will continue to change to pick up more of this kind of content. They want to give people an immersive experience. So anything that's 3D, anything that's 360, panoramic, aerial, street view, that's the kind of stuff that these feeds are going to push in front of people. So you're only going to better your organic search by using these types of tools. So that's another big added benefit for sure. Now, so that's a little bit about the virtual showing. Very simple. I mean, it is exactly what it sounds like. You have the ability to show virtually. So we'll leave the the 5-star explosion for Michael to come on and show you. Virtual staging. We'll talk a little bit about virtual staging in today's real estate environment. So the last few years, staging has become, I think, a lot more popular than ever. I think it's with the much greater emphasis on marketing and actually showing people, hey, this is what this house could look like. Like, we're creating the experience, right? That's what we do as sales professionals. We're making sure we're giving value to our clients, and at the same time, we need to create some buzz. So virtual staging is basically the same thing, but of course it's less expensive, it's faster. The cost to stage a home out the gate, as most of you all know, you can be in the average home. You want to do a good job, not just a room. You may be in the $3,000 to $5,000 range for the first 30 days, and then whatever the reoccurrence is. With virtual staging, you could take a house from drywall, finish the walls, do some photo editing, throw some furniture in, and for let's call it under $1,500, we can have a home that's potentially could be a month or two out from being finished, and we can have it on market. So imagine if you're selling spec or inventory, or I guess in theory an assignment that's not quite done yet. If we have access to this home, think about, especially if you're in a situation where you need to get out, what's the ROI on getting to market 90 days in some cases ahead of schedule? We've had some really good success with some builders. So that's the extreme. We have a lot of people that'll call us and they want to just change the living room and everything in between. So the idea is, convenience, value, ease, and of course, just to save time and energy. So yes, we can argue that there's still going to be nothing more, nothing better than real. However, there's a lot of factors that we need to consider, and especially given today's, time where people are they coming in and out. So I wonder if there's maybe a better opportunity if a stager would say, like, set the staging up and we take some photos and move along. They don't do that. They want the furniture there. It's in their best interest that the house stays on market longer. So with that being said, it can, in some cases, reduce the cost for up to 97%. And it just continues to be more and more streamlined, more and more efficient. We can stage photos in a couple of days. We can stage a full 360 tour in under a week. Costs are anywhere from $50 on the photo side upwards of $100, $150 on the pano side. But again, you could take an empty house and for a few $100, stage a few rooms and throw your tour in there, and then bang, all of a sudden you have this, again, beautiful home to display. And Michael's going to show you some great samples and some before and after. 72% of buyers are telling you guys that the state of the home makes it easier for them to visualize the property. So again, what if we have a house that is, needs a lot of work? Well, we can also stage property with existing furniture in them. Obviously, it's a lot cleaner and easier, if you will, when the house is empty. But if you're selling a $3 million house or a $1.8 million 100-year-old bungalow in St. Clair and Ossington, and you got to spend a couple extra bucks to make it look pretty, I think the ROI is there. So again, just to give a little bit more of the sort of features and benefits as to why we would do it, or why you should do it. You have a ton of styles, so that's another thing. What if the house is traditional and you think it's got more money if it's modern? So it's like when we go into Forest Hill, Summer Hill, in that area, we see these big, beautiful, brand new homes like Drake, and then we see these old, traditional, they're beautiful, contemporary, but I'm going to argue that somebody of new affluence or young coming into that market is probably looking for a much more modern design. So just another example. We have a lot of variety as well, which is huge. We can really accommodate to who you as the expert feel the end buyer may be for that property. And of course, this is cool. You can show the renovation. So with our tool, with the iGuide tool, above the awesome 3D 360 stuff, you get all your floor plans, metric and standard. And when Mike does his tour, he'll give you like a quick overview of the iGuide. I know we have another session where we're going to talk a lot more about that, but he'll definitely give you the Coles Notes version. But our floor plans work with things like AutoCAD and all that too. So what a great tool for a buyer or a seller to keep after as well. So all of the product is available. Once you buy it, it's yours. It's available offline. The homeowner can have that tool forever. So they want to go back and look at a basement, whatever. So now their renovators are ahead of schedule. They have measurements. They have floor plans. The homeowner probably already has an idea. And we can go one step further, and we can actually show you, as you see on the screen now, just how different, how different it could be. And we all understand, visuals are, a huge part of any consumer experience. We need to see it. Touch it. Today, I'll argue we can see it and we're okay. We don't need to touch it anymore, but we definitely need to see it. And we need to see it the way we want to see it. So you as the professional, based on the given market and who the potential demographic fits into that market, you should know what that prospective buyer wants to see. And that's what these tools allow you to do. Maybe better than the stager. And ultimately, it just gives you complete virtual marketing. So you have the ability to share this on all your social platforms, web, email, your landing pages, full integration with Broker Bay. It's really the cat's ass. It just works everywhere. And you can see just right here, you can show before and after photos in your social. So now it becomes a marketing tool all of a sudden as well. So now we're creating even more value for ourselves. You being yourselves, not for me. And essentially we can just take the whole product to the next level. And ultimately, like I said, our end goal is to provide the necessary tools to allow you to sort of mitigate time loss and sort of streamline efficiencies, but ultimately just try to give the best customer experience. We all win from that. So Mike, I think I was good. I was 12 minutes like I'm supposed to be. So that's awesome. I don't think I breathed, but that's okay, because now I'm going to stop talking and let you do your thing. So again, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Vernerva is the Vice President of Marketing for Planetar. I'm going to throw this out there. A lot of people ask why iGuide, not Matterport. So for us, it's three reasons. Number one, they're a Canadian company. It was important for us to support a Canadian company. When we invested in 2015, we were way ahead of the curve, my partner Mike and I. That was a big factor then, and it still is today. They're local, just in Guelph. It's a much more technical product. So a lot of these cool features, things like Dollhouse and all that, which we have available, another conversation. Both tools will do all that. When it comes to the floor plans, when it comes to the measurements, when it comes to the full integration, the embedding of the website, on the tech side, it's just a far superior product. The Matterport Dollhouse feature, we now, through a third party, we have that available by the end of the summer as well. So I just want to throw that out there so I answer that question ahead of time. At the end of the day, really, the fact that we just use these tools in today's environment is important for us. So, again, we all win. If as an association of service providers and as a group of sales professionals, if we're all using the proper tools and processes, I think we all win anyway. So I just wanted to kind of clarify that. And without further ado, Mike, I'm going to mute myself, and I will only come on like I do, and I'll give you your time to do your thing now.
Right. Do you see my screen, John?
You're good to go, sir.
Thank you, sir. Hey, thank you everybody for having us in today. I appreciate it. Look inside. Yeah, thank you for arranging this as well. And to the Oakville Milton board, thank you for having me speak today. We're going to focus on the two topics, virtual showings and virtual staging today. However, I'll just quickly run through what an iGuide is. John brought up, how is it different from some of the competition out there and the differences. And really what it is it's a full suite, a full marketing suite for you to be able to get a listing online, providing accurate and have a high degree of confidence in the information that you're putting forward. And then information that buyers want to see. And this is the big thing, the consumers. You want to grab the eyeballs of the consumers, keep them on your listing longer, looking at your listing and really diving deep in understanding if that property is right for them. That way you get better qualified leads in for you. But then this is also a tool now to share, get out in front of other potential buyers. And that's what John and Mike from their combined companies, that's what they're doing. They're creating content for you, content that you can share. I know that consistently agents are being told, or real estate professionals are being told to, share on their social media, put more information out there. And you want to put different types of information, not always house information. But what the teams at Realtors and Look Inside do is they create content for you that you can go then and easily share and really get engagement, especially when it comes to a particular listing that you're looking for. And on the flip side, you know, John touched on the ability to win listings or to get that next referral. What the iGuide provides for you is some of these tools to do that. So it's going to help you show better branding on your listing, and I'll jump into just quickly that. But then it gives you things like analytics so that you can go back to your clients and show the value that you brought to the table when you listed their home. You can show them how many people came through and how you marketed that property and how you got people into that property, really demonstrating the value that you bring to the table as a real estate professional and marketing their property. And lastly, it's a great tool to go in and show buyers, like, this is what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to bring in these professional marketing companies to come in here, take photographs, floor plans, 3D tours, possibly video as well to market and list that home. Quickly, just go into an example of what a property looks like so that you can see here. And we'll grab one right off of realtor.ca. So what's nice about it is when you get that iGuide, it's a 3D tour. It's embedded directly into the main listing page on realtor.ca. And it's right beside your branding. Well, why is that important to you? Well, visitors who have viewed videos and virtual tours on listing pages are also 27% more likely to reach out to the realtor. So you're going to get, you know, more likely that they're going to reach out to you. And people who are looking to sell their homes are quite often on realtor.ca first, looking at other properties and trying to think about, well, what is their property going to go for? And when they see this great engaging content, they're looking to, who's the agent that's doing that? So that's one thing. But the other big thing is that you're going to get buyers on the listing much longer. They're going to dive deep into that property and really try to understand if that property is right for them. You know, if it's, and I jump down into the basement, I'm going to actually go back to the main floor here. If that property is right for them as they move through that home and really trying to understand if this is the right home for them. Now, this is a home in Toronto that we've got here that I grabbed. And so a little bit of an older home, but been renovated. So great property. The one big difference about our 3D tour is that you know exactly where you are in the space. And what that's helpful for buyers is that they're going to go directly to that room that's important to them. They've got criteria that they want to match and understand. And quite often, you know, it may be that kitchen that they want to go check out first to see, you know, what are the appliances like? What is it? What type of style kitchen is it? How is it situated to the dining room? Is it right for me? And then they dive deeper into the property. In the iGuide itself, we include things like photos. You can include property details that includes the square footages and the room dimensions, but also downloads of the floor plans. And it will also include your branding is there. One thing that also happens when you put that iGuide into your your MLS link, the unbranded iGuide, is that a floor plan button will pop up automatically on the main listing page as well. And when you click on that, you get great floor plans that are, you know, high confidence in terms of the measurements and the total area calculations of the home. We provide you all the details and the work to show you what's included and what's not included. Any areas that are clear, like here, that don't have color or shaded out are not included. So this open to below area by the stairs is not included in the total area calculation of the home. So when you look down here at the total above grade main building exterior, that's really your gross floor area for the above grade of 1,787 square feet. So high level, that's what an iGuide is. It really encompasses all your content. You can add video and drone work into that, and you have it all in one spot. So when you upload that into the listing, it's all embedded right there, engaging consumers with it. But then it's also great content that you can share on your social media and Facebook. So let's jump right into, excuse me, I'm going to jump right into the virtual showing. So John, even just on this property here, I'm going to show you, let's say what this new product that we're launching. So you could do it through Broker Bay, great partnership there in terms of being able to put an iGuide and walk customers and clients through that on that property. But let's say, you know, you've got a new listing, you have a potential buyer, or you have an agent that you want to share it with. You can go right onto your phone and you can click on it. And I'm just going to stop sharing for a second because John and I are going to do a little demo here. Just bear with us here. So when I click on this property,
Yeah. I love when I get the chance to talk.
great. So I've got this property here that I'm going to show, and there's a little share button here, right? That triangle that missing on one side. I'm going to click on that, and there's going to be create a virtual showing. So I create the virtual showing, and what pops up, I get to put my name in, and I can quickly start a virtual showing. So if I'm on the phone with you, if I've got hands free, I can quickly go onto the virtual showing. I click that share button up there, and I can text this to John right here.
When Mike's done showing you how fast it comes to me, we're going to get another tour and drop the link in the chat box, and you're going to just see how. So from the time he started that to right now, I got this text from him. I click here. So you're Jim Smith and I'm Sally Jane, and you just said, hey, check out my thing. I'm already signed up, but a screen will come up and it'll just say enter your name. That's it. And you hit continue. And now look, Mike moves his phone.
So I'm going to move through that.
What? Right?
We're going to see a delay here on
No,
this.
it's not even on the Facebook, the 10-second delay, but that's how awesome it is, Mike. It's barely a delay. Like
so I can move through the property. I can say, hey, John, I really want you to check out this property. It's got the views that you're looking for, gorgeous views out on the back deck. Fantastic.
And I don't have the ability to do or say, so it's truly a showing tool. So you're in control. So while Mike sets up the next one and drops the link in the chat, and then you'll click it offline and he'll walk you through it on your computer. But imagine, you know, you're in control. So you could send out your email and you would do your live open house. Now you don't have to go on site and, you know, be in your PPE and try to do it. You could be sitting at your house. You can pour your glass of wine, hit your email list and say, come on in at 10 o'clock. Here's the link, and away you go. So
really great ability to take control. And you know what, and even getting out in the market that property just before you put it online, like, you know, have an agent open house, and I'll walk you through how they do that on the process on the actual iGuide. So John, can you see the iGuide up on my screen here?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to show, you know, a little bit more modern property. What I do is I go down to this share button, which I showed on you. And so let's say the nice thing about this tool, again, you can use it in Broker Bay in terms of they've got an integrated product. But if you just quickly want to show someone, or if you've got a Zoom call showed up to have an open house or a virtual open house for a property, what you can do is you create a virtual showing. You click on that, and it's going to open up in a new tab. You can hit that, start that virtual showing. And now what you do is, so if I'm in a Zoom, Google Meet, appear in, GoToMeeting, you name it, you can use this with any kind of technology. And that's what we wanted to do. Is everybody's got their own kind of technology that they're using, they're familiar with. So we just wanted to be able to give you that integration. And what the advantage of this is that you're not going to get that lag while you're walking everybody through the property, where you get that lag if I was just showing you on this Zoom meeting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop in, I'm going to click on that share button. It's going to automatically copy the URL. I'm going to close that. And I'm going to go just up in here to share. Whoops, here we go.
You're going to drop it in the Zoom chat.
Zoom chat. So here's the participants. All right. All right, so I'm dropping it in now. And you would already have this set up if you were doing a Zoom call or whatnot and get that ready. I think I did it to all participants.
Yeah, it's there. So guys, if you want to go into the chat and you want to click that link, I'm going to do the same, and it's going to open up a window, and you enter your name, and all of a sudden, we're going to leave mine and Mike's faces open on here so you can listen to him, and he's got a window open, and boom, we're on his tour. Like, that's just such an awesome living room. I want that. Where's this house, Mike? Demo, 1803 Demo Road.
Yeah.
So, like, guys, that's the cat's ass right there. So even with him showing through a screen call to 25 people, we still did that in under 2 minutes. So, Michael, can you see how many people are? Can see who's
Yeah,
coming on, and it shows us
we got
10
about,
people.
we have 10
That's
people that have
amazing.
jumped on. So when I move through the home now, there's about 11 or 12 people jumped on now. So as I'll just wait a few seconds before I move around too much. But you can see there's no lag when I'm moving around. So someone's determining, like, you want to walk them through. You've got control as the agent. Now you're taking people through the home. If this is to other brokers and other agents, or if this is to home buyers, potential home buyers, you have a time set up and say, I really want to walk you through this home and really call out some of those beautiful features of the kitchen, even just what the backyard is, how it's all been redone, beautiful fencing, private sitting area out in the back, and then go back in. And even let's say, hey, I want to quickly go downstairs. I want to show you the entertainment room. And
That's
what's
so
beautiful
cool.
about this entertainment room, as you can see, there's got this beautiful drop down screen that comes down, but it also retracts and you can have a nice ambiance with the fireplace when you're having a dinner party or having people over.
Wow. I
So
thought that
just,
was a shower. It's a wine cellar.
yeah,
A shower of wine. So that's so cool.
beautiful. So you've got, there's no lag here. And we've got, I think, 14 or 15 people on here
So
now.
I'm
But
sorry, I have to interrupt you. So you could, I apologize. You could have like, I'm thinking about the art gallery. So example, you're here, we're arranged. So you open your tour up, you send the link out. Join me in half an hour. You can have some music playing in the background, and you could literally, um, whether you do it through a channel like this, I think if you want to have more of a formal open house, you would use a tool like this. So, I'm watching Mike's tour on one screen and I'm seeing him on the other screen. Otherwise, if I'm just want to, hey, check out this property, or you want to send it out to a bunch of agents, but you could have some fun with it, is what I'm saying. Hello and welcome. It's almost like we need to get an MC or something.
yeah, absolutely. So you're right. You're right, John. And that's actually, you brought up one that I got an example here I can show everybody. So what we'll do is I'm going to close this tab so everybody can go back to the actual Zoom meeting. So I'm going to kick you off of this just so we can go back to
That's
the
okay.
Zoom meeting, and I'll kind of show you an example. I won't do a live example of this one, but I'll just kind of show you in the Zoom meeting. So you can still see my screen, John?
Yeah, we're chatting. You're not, now you're not sharing anymore.
Okay, let me share. And you mentioned a museum. So this is just a neat little story that I thought I'd share. Alberta Art Gallery, Art Gallery of Alberta. You see my screen now, John?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
Art
good to
Gallery
go.
of Alberta. They received a Rembrandt museum or exhibit that they had, and this started right in March. And what happened was that basically COVID hit and they had to close down, and not many people got to go through the actual exhibit. So one of the photographers in our service provider network, I was out in Edmonton, captured the Rembrandt Museum and was able to walk people through and actually capture it. So now you think with this virtual showing button, you can actually have a tour of the facility, and a curated or guided tour through the facility where the museum curators could talk about the paintings and give you a little bit of description and talk about what Rembrandt was thinking and doing. And if these are all, I don't know if they're all Rembrandt, but they're all kind of that time period and pieces and stuff. So it really gives them a great ability to kind of walk people through the museum and share something that, that they had to send back and they weren't able to share. So it's just a fantastic way to kind of engage with some of their clientele and customers as well. I guess, people that would shop at the museum. So it's a great, neat little story there. And I don't know if they've actually done a virtual tour of the property with like a guided tour at this point in time, but it's something that absolutely, is something that they could do. So for you as a real estate professional, absolutely, it gives you control on working and sharing in a property. So
It allows actually so much, like you just said, like from that perspective, it's like, here's the time it's going to be on. You know, you can have the link ahead of time because it's just open. I mean, if they want to sit there and stare at the wall, they can sit there and stare at the wall. And then literally, so it's almost like I said at the beginning of the meeting, like how they'll do TIFF, if you will, where you know it's open, and through a platform like Zoom, you can actually control Q&A and all that kind of stuff. So, Mike, there's a couple questions, and we still have some more time. I think we told Cindy we'd be in the 45 to 50-minute range, and
Sure.
we have all of our participants online still. So, there's a couple of questions that I'll answer that came in, but really quickly, if you can just take a moment and go through the iGuide report. So, just for everybody's information, when you use the iGuide tool, when we come out and we shoot a property for you, you get within 24 to 36 hours, you get an email with all of your content. And there's a lot of content. Like Mike said, one of the bigger things about iGuide is it's a much more superior tool from a point of marketing and selling. It comes with a lot more, if you will, for a better way of describing it. So this report comes in and it's like, that's it. That's all you need. Everything is in one great convenient spot. We have full integration, like Mike said, with MLS. We're fully integrated with Google. So for your commercial properties, Street View, MLS, you take the unbranded link, you pop it in your virtual tour link, and bang, like Mike showed you earlier, your maps, everything's integrated. If you have video, we have unbranded links where our MLS is approved, and your video can now appear right in that page. And the other thing that I made note of, Mike, people aren't ready for this, but for any of you who may be, if you have small children, you may be in the virtual reality space. All of our tours are VR ready. People just aren't VR ready until we see people with goggles on for multiple hours a day. But what that means is, and something like the museum or at a big estate home, you could really sort of ebb it up to the next level. But it actually, because the tours are 360 degrees, if you're in it, you can actually see from your feet to the ceiling. You know, you can see if there's a coffee cup in the sink. With a VR perspective, you have a true first-person point of view of the property. So you now, forget looking, we are walking through the home. So it's just one thing after another, like anything in life. I mean, look at what technology does, right? So again, like I said earlier, we've been studying consumer behavior. That's what we do. And the digitization, I hate that word, is in your space, in the last 4 months has gone 10 years. Lawyers, doctors, and the CRA as well. Imagine anybody who used the fax machine in 2019, their whole business changed this year. So I'll stop talking. I'll let Mike do his thing. I'll answer the 3 questions, and then we should be right on schedule, and we'll let you guys go make some money.
Yeah, so what the thing you'll get is the iGuide report, links for your social media, links for the MLS, downloads of the floor plans, the photos, offline version of the iGuide. You might say, well, why do I want an offline version of the iGuide? Well, the one thing I didn't show in the actual iGuide itself is when you click on it, there's a little measurement tool here at the bottom right-hand corner of the.
You're not sharing your screen, Mike.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Off. Pull the report back up there.
All right.
I stopped your sharing so that they could see us both talking.
Okay. Right. So can you see my screen?
I got you, but it's the tour still.
Okay. All right. So you're going to get this report. The iGuide report will have your branded links, your unbranded links for the MLS, branded for your social media, a bunch of links for both your photos, your high-res photos, your MLS photos. You can download photospheres. Those are 360s that you can put up on Facebook, grab more engagement, different way to engage with your clients, even an offline version of the iGuide. And you know what I was trying to explain there is on the iGuide itself, when you click on this little measurement tool, you can actually, bottom right-hand corner of, it looks like a ruler of the floor plan. You click on that and you can go over here and you actually can measure and see if your furniture is going to fit. So if I go over to this room, I can see if my TV is going to fit on that wall where it's at. I can see if my couch is going to fit, or I can go to the master bedroom and see if it's going to fit a king size bed. So just gives you the ability to engage with the property, understand the size of it. But you think, why would I want to give an offline version of an iGuide to the buyer? Well, you know, now they want to go and plan their move in, figure out how much paint they need to buy or carpeting, or share it with their designer. And so now they've got floor plans and they can plan and figure out their move in as well. There's a feature sheet creator here. If there ever gets back to the point where there's open houses again here, an embedding tool this is where you can embed the iGuide right into your website, like it's embedded into this website right here, like this, or like very similar to what realtor.ca is. We give you all the room measurements and area calculations, and we're using a LiDAR laser system on the camera system to measure out these spaces. John and Mike and their teams upload that data to us, where we take those measurements, and we have professional draftspeople that draft out those properties with a high degree of confidence in terms of the measurements that we're providing back. And we give you the main building interior square footage, so paint to paint, and the main building exterior, which is really your gross floor area calculations in terms of the home. Lastly, you're going to get iGuide analytics. So again, you can share with your clients and see what marketing activities are working for you. So that's just a quick rundown of the actual iGuide itself. And yeah, John, do you want me to jump into virtual staging? Talk about that.
Yeah, really quickly. We have lots. We actually have. We're still good for time. And we have only 3 questions. So yeah, if you could just close off by showing the virtual staging of the before and after.
Sure.
I'll answer the 3 questions. I'll remind everybody of the future sessions that Cindy has arranged with us, and then we'll all go enjoy our week.
Great. So virtual staging is, in essence, you've got a property that's empty. I mean, you can take that and you can make that, you know, virtually staged. Now, it's great. People are doing it with photos, but how do I do that with a 3D tour? And that's what we have that ability to do it. Just jump right to this one. So I'm going to show you before the original. So here's this property that I was showing you. We could walk through. You can see it's a brand new home, nice new build. It's open, really nothing in it. And you know, the challenge with a lot of people is there are a lot of people out there who can't visualize what the home's going to look like finished. What is it going to look like with my furniture in there? Or what does it look like in the living space? How much room is that table going to take up? And this is actually more people than not that actually have a challenge with that.
Sure.
So what's nice is you can go to the virtually staged property, and now it looks like you've got plants in there. You can get the feeling of what it looks like as you go in. You've got, you know, how your living room could be set up, the TV, the couch, the sofa, and
the
even
TV even has a reflection in it. Like that's how real they try to make it look.
They put appliances on the counters, you know, bowl of fruit, and you know, look at the TV there. You see the reflection of the kitchen in that TV. So really great job. They cover up the panel cover at the bottom there, the tripod station with an actual coffee table. So just a great way to engage and really, as you pointed out earlier, John, you know, reduce the cost on a property and allow people to really understand it if it's going to work for them. Oh, John, you're mute.
I said, yeah, it's about time. And, you know, we do business with lots of stagers, and I'm not discounting that at all. It really depends. It depends on you, it depends on your client, who wants to pay for it. But again, it really comes back to our mandate is to build a service based on convenience, value, and ease, so that we can just, like I said at the very beginning, our mandate is to just help you by streamlining this process. We think we're helping you win more listings. So Michael, thank you so much for all of that. And questions. Okay, so there was a couple. Cornelius, what does virtual staging cost? It depends on what you're staging. Photos will run you anywhere from $50 to $60, depending on how involved you want to be. And the panels for the iGuide can be upwards of $100, $120 a room. It depends on how many rooms you do, how much time we have, and all that kind of sort of thing. Yeah, there was another couple questions. I answered them, but just to throw it out there. If I have a vacant property staged, can you virtually stage it in the iGuide? That was from Yasser, and yes, we can, and that was the example that we just showed you. So I made sure we should know that. There was another question from an anonymous attendee. I came on late. Is this video going to be available later? Yes, we've got a recording that we'll be sending to Cindy, and she'll send it out. And then costing and packages, OMDREB pricing. For as far as pricing goes, Cornelius, I'm going to leave that to Michael and Cindy. I don't know if we have a special rate for the Oakville board. Otherwise, you can visit one of our websites, lookinside.com, Snap iGuide, or Realtors Media. But the price points are generally all the same, whether it's any provider of the 3D space. You shouldn't pay more than around $300 for the first 2,500 square feet. and then up from there. But again, the technology, I mean, it's a 5,000 square foot house doesn't even cost you $5,000, or sorry, $500, and the content that you get. So when I have these conversations with people about like, oh, I want photos only, and I'm like, you know, you're talking about $100 and you get this much more. I don't know how busy those agents are or how much money they're really making. So I'm a marketer first, and we're going to talk a lot more about that. So just to give you kind of a heads up, Cindy's got a few more sessions, and she's going to send these out as they come along, but on July 24th, we're going to do the power of video in your business, so we can talk a little bit more about what you can do with video and how you can use it to market your brand, to win more listings and help you sell more listings. We're going to talk about increasing traffic using virtual tours, so how to use all these tools to grow your brand. So we'll do some sort of branding in there as well. And then on August 12th, we're going to have a session where it's going to just be about business development, how to use virtual tours in the world of digital house hunting, how to articulate that to your clientele. There's 50,000 agents, and we all have the same thing. Oh, it's, I'm worth my commission. Don't make it about price. Well, you have to provide value. If you don't want to make it about price, why am I using you versus the next guy? So we're going to talk a lot about that and sort of really teach you about branding and all that. And then we're going to, again, just kind of continue into the selling. The last few sessions, Cindy has us talking a lot about sales and marketing and branding. So the next couple sessions, we'll go through more of the tools and our services, and we'll continue to answer your questions. Cindy, again, thank you so much to yourself and Mike for arranging this. Thank you for everybody that attended. Michael, once again, thank you for your time. If anybody has any questions, filter them through Cindy. I'm going to send this link out. We also host some other webinars. Some of you may find valuable, so I'll send those links to Cindy as well, and she can send them out if she'd like. I think that's good, Mike. We're good.
That's awesome. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. And it was a pleasure, guys. This was our first time with you guys. I hope it went well. Michael and I, like I said, we've been doing this for months, so sometimes maybe we get a little bit too, we're on our high horse a little bit too much, but I think we did a good job today, and we're really excited to do a bunch more of these with you guys. So have a great week, stay safe, stay healthy, and enjoy the week. Cheers.
Take care.